So I would now request Mr. Debartha Banerjee, co-founder and director, Sampurnearth. Debartha, as you know that the flow of the session is taking us through the various, enablers or the kind of, the mechanics of the API right now, and also now, but I would like to take the session back to the point where we want to have a discussion on, which is about citizen participation for effective phase out of single-use plastic. So if we look at the mechanics of plastic waste collection in the country, and your organization is working on collection and channelizing of plastic waste, uh, what are the things that you think would help to engage citizens? Because here we need to have some kind of way forward how to engage with citizens for effective phase out, whether it's, so what are the via medias or the kind of channels that you think would be helpful for us? Over to you, Devarta.
Right, right. Thank you. I think it's a very important thing right now to understand like how the behavioral changes, like it's changing the mindset of the people. Um, but when we see as waste management, like it's very difficult to see there's a particular I'd say stakeholder as citizens only. Like we need to see the overall chain in entirety, basically. So when we have been into the space for the last 10 odd years, and we have been seeing that waste management can't really be defined by the waste generators, but the waste collectors where it's getting processed. And now with now that we are seeing that most of the FMCGs and the global brands talk about using recycled plastics into their products, where it's not only one time but in a circular way, like how this collection systems and this systems is going to work on, basically. So we have been primarily been working in different material recovery facilities in the country, where we have been engaging with the citizens, like where how to segregate waste and how to recover. But a lot of work is towards the collection mechanism as well. So we have seen in Mumbai and many other cities where um, housing societies have started segregation of waste, but we have not seen them collected separately. Most of the times they have been taken together and sent to the same landfills as well. So, and this is mostly with the low value recyclables and the one time use stuff, which actually nobody collects. Um, so, so having said that, like we have been when we work with communities, we also work with how the collection mechanism is going to work, be it with the municipal corporation or the ULBs. Like how do we encourage them, like how to separately collect that waste, or to create separate collection channels by primarily engaging the informal waste markets. So I was hearing Natasha saying repeatedly saying that how the informal waste markets actually is a resource to the country, rather than it's not only on the humanitarian grounds that they need to be engaged, but how as resources they can be brought into the overall ecosystem. And that's what we have been attempting at many places. So at many places we have been forming groups of workers in self-help groups who have been engaged in collection of waste from doorsteps, as well as in the further processing and recycling ecosystem part of it. So it is also, I think, a primary thing to understand that in the last few years, uh, there are lots of policies, and we are seeing lots of formalized companies getting into the space of into EPR, or setting up centralized waste management facilities, or coming up with different services. Actually, the informal waste markets who have been doing this for many decades right now have not really got any benefit of the new policies which have been coming up. So while many companies are moving towards better collection and recovery targets under EPR, or municipal corporations achieving better collection and recovery rates, the people actually on the ground have not any sustainable changes in their livelihood, or any qualitative improvement of their life has not been happening. So I think it's also very important that while we solve the collection and recovery, which is very important to understand how the single use plastics will be phased out and new kinds of plastics, which is recycled, will be introduced in the market, it's also very important that the current set of people are engaged, enrolled, and being made into a participative format inside the whole thing. So our effort has been mostly towards that. Few of our projects in Goa, which Niti Aayog has also talked about in their recent Waste-Wise Cities report, where they have talked about how plastic waste management at least done has been worked on the cooperative movement of organizing people on ground and giving back the value which what they deserve. So when they while they are given the access to the waste, at the same time from plastic to granules, the or products, recycled products, the value addition which is happening, they are also part of that. And we are finding good success over there, where we are able to scale up as well as partner with such organizations. So we are looking for more such partnerships, and I think it's and I think that will be the crux of my thing, that the huge set of people in India, it is estimated that 2 to 3% of our urban population is actually engaged in waste collection informally. So it's also very important that how they are organized and how they're brought into the system into developing this. So when tomorrow a big brand like Unilever or Coca-Cola starts using recycled polymers, they can also ensure that how that waste has been collected, whether it's been collected through any child waste pickers or it's been collected from directly from source to formalized workforce who have better safety insurances and better access to waste, is also a thing that we need to ensure.